In my day, podcasts were nothing more than sitting on your porch and telling a fair lady that she's giving you a little pep in your step for the sock hop down at Flat's Soda Poppery. You know, a little hoo-ha. Anyway, don't listen to the Violent Professional Podcast. It will absolutely ruin your day. Goodbye.
This is the Violent Professional Podcast brought to you by AriesClothing.com.
I think they were slightly off milliseconds. It's gonna fuck with the audio, like the
picture a little bit,
the video a little bit.
I don't give a fuck.
This is really hard because we recorded 2 episodes. One was me, and then we did the Skype thing.
Yeah,
and then I haven't put those episodes out, so there's gonna be 3 episodes.
Nice.
The video content was out, but I didn't put the fucking audio on the regular podcast. I was like, fuck that shit.
I'm
a horrible podcast editor, producer, whatever.
You're fucking
you want to call it.
Winging it.
Today we've got Mark, David, and myself
What's
violating all of those orders.
What's my name again? What orders?
Stay away from each other.
We've been maintaining our distance.
As you can tell, we're all 6 feet.
6 inches maybe, but not 6 feet.
Speak for yourself.
I feel your leg head. I feel your leg hair tickling mine.
Minst?
Tickling mine.
Your leg hair is tickling minst. Stickling minst.
I forgot why we were doing this. Oh, we're going to talk about the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Trip. We just went on a trip.
Yeah.
We're almost done with it.
Tomorrow, the last stop is at whatever town that is.
Govan.
Ugh. So,
why is it?
That sounds fucking terrible.
This hasn't been a long trip. It feels short.
Yeah, it does feel short.
We got Mark to try LSD and
yeah.
this trip.
Mark was frying balls last night.
We're running around the woods. I thought it was raining the whole time.
At one point, we got to a gas station and bought all the trucker speed we could find. And just had a cornucopia of fucking mayhem.
We opened up each one, lined it along the rim of the toilet seat, and that was just like going in a fucking circle. Just
we didn't actually go anywhere. We just got an Airbnb in town, and we're like road tripping. It's like you got to get around the circle of the toilet bowl ring of trucker speed before you pass out, and be like, "I've been to Cincinnati." Ah!
I saw all kinds of weird shit, man.
So it's been a good trip so far. I think.
Yep.
There's still time to ruin it. Everybody hate each other.
We haven't gotten arrested yet, so that's good.
No. Yeah.
The most was like almost like a speeding ticket, maybe. We don't know.
Possibly, somehow, somewhat.
So I think for this episode, we just talk about what we did and fill everybody in.
Fucking A.
And maybe talk about things we could do better next time, or because this was kind of like spur of the moment, even though it's been like we started.
Well, we had it planned like, hey, we're going to do a road trip at this time. This was planned months ago. And then we're like, we have these 2 routes planned out. We can go this way or this way. And then the COVID shits happened. Yeah. And then we were like, I guess we're not going to go. Fuck it, we're going. And then we were like, well, let's try this place because nothing else is open. So we went for it.
Yeah, I think it was right about the time where it's like, who do we even believe with this shit? Like, it's getting crazy. This fucking... Oh, it's getting... like... The actual death stats are less than they're saying, but we're going to cramp down. We're going to let you guys go outdoors. And
you
then
can't
all of a
sit
sudden,
down
it's
when
like
you're
the
outdoors.
day it happens, it's like, no, we're tightening things. So we're going to get all this tracking shit done in this state because we're trying to be more progressive than everybody else. Take your fucking rights away. And it's like, fuck this. Like,
so as of today, they just announced they were tracking. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
that's cool.
Let's just get this shit focused, I guess. We're having crispy boys.
I've got a water.
Mark's got a water and hand sanitizer.
I'm not drinking the hand sanitizer.
He's hardcore. Look at him.
So let's talk about what happened. Kick it off, Mark.
Kick it off. Where do we start? We got in the Jeep. Day one. We won't mention any problems we may or may not have had with the Jeep. We'll fix that when we get home. But
when we reach that hill, we'll climb over it very slow.
Very slowly. We'll creep up and get there. We may have to take a few breaks, but we'll get there.
And we may say something like, fuck, we're only 30 minutes out of this fucking trip.
So first stop was a gas station because we need gas because my Jeep doesn't get the best gas mileage. We probably consumed, I don't know, 30 energy drinks between the time we left and now. First stop was what was the place we stopped at, David?
Oh,
Molson
was our first look.
Where is that located?
Molson is in the tippy top of the Okanagan County.
Stop looking at the camera. Stop it. Stop it right now, David.
And on the Canadian border, right smack in the center of Washington. Yeah, Molson, a ghost town.
Right at the top, the tippy top.
Tippy top.
Tippy top.
Yep.
Tippy top shape.
Saw some border patrol, took some photos.
You could just completely skip the fucking ghost town. You went straight to the border patrol guy. It's kind of
that's the part that
we
was
had
interesting.
a good fucking time at that little.
We
town.
did, we
dude,
did.
There's the video that's gonna be. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I was thinking like all those video clips we took that we were just saying ridiculous shit and
like
we
grind my dick,
grinding my dick on the grindstone, like shit like that. Like I was like, we could do this video, and this would be like a continuation video at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, that could work.
Mike tried offering us high interest loans.
Yeah,
as a blind bank teller.
Yeah,
that little town was pretty fun. Like the whole video is fucking dumb. We're not dressed in
no.
There's no pageantry.
We were acting in character, but it was fun. It was a good little place.
So the video should be maybe another clip or a continuation of this podcast video that you're watching right now.
That'd be good. What else? So after the town, we ventured out. Well, I'm not even going to go into the funny stuff. You got to finish this podcast in order to see the cool shit from the video. So after the town, we left and we ventured further as David was pushing us further. He said, "No, keep going down the road. Keep going." We're like, "We don't want to turn around yet." He's like, "No, keep going. There's some cool scenery." So we're like, "Okay, scenery, yay!" And then we just kept going, and then we found the Canadian border, and we tried
basically that road runs direct, like
it's parallel,
feet,
right?
Even closer. It's like 10 feet at times.
Yeah,
you walk right up to the Canadian border.
You can reach your arm over the fence, so your fence becomes an illegal border.
Separated with barbed wire.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Everybody's trying to cross the border. There's no wall. There's
no
wall.
No wall. It was some barbed wire fencing.
Didn't see no Mexicans coming across. It's weird.
Didn't see snow Mexicans.
No snow. I didn't see snow Mexicans.
Yeah, saw the border patrol out there. There's some people on a side by side, kind of exploring. We kept driving, went around a big loop. Whoa! We found that weird
New Age
fucking
spaceship thing.
Yeah,
weird fucking shit. House.
We were not able to identify it.
So check this out. Mike's gonna drop you the GPS coordinates somehow, some way.
No.
Maybe on
the
maybe the patrons.
I'll drop a video.
You're gonna look. He's gonna drop a photo.
If you want to see this photo of this fucking place, we're just
you're gonna get a letter in the mail.
We'll send you a telegraph since we were in the ghost town. But no, you got to sign up on Patreon. I think I'm gonna say this and be like, I want everybody to see it. That's
you're gonna put it on Violent Professional.
Okay, so describe what you saw, Mark.
This fucking house. It looked from a distance. It looked like.
What could you describe it as a house?
I mean, it looked like a house.
It was a subterranean structure.
Some sort of dwelling to me. Because it had windows.
Some sort of
which
structure.
means you could be inside it, right?
It's a structure of some sort.
So, from a distance, it looked like some Adobe type house, like a mud brick, fucking somebody created with their bare hands type place. But the roof, it was like one big center circle, and then it had 4 circles around it, and 1 circle at the front of it as like an entry or foyer, whatever you want to call it. But it's some sort of structure with an entrance. But nobody was in it at the time that we could see, and it's probably 200 yards off the road. So Mike decides to get some aerial footage of the place from a distance, a safe distance, not an intrusive distance, and we got some pictures. So it looks pretty fucking weird, man. I can't explain it. I've never seen anything like it. And there's no fucking address to the place, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it wasn't like a mailbox or anything.
Yeah,
no address,
there's
no
some
road.
There's some stuff around it that looks really intriguing, like really old.
Yeah,
but the
like
place itself looks
shaped.
like maybe somebody's been there recently. I don't know. It also looks like it's fucking old.
Complete
so
custom
hard to say,
structure.
Man.
Yeah.
It looks handmade to me. Mm-hmm. Like somebody went out there and has just slowly built it over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
their own 2 fucking hands.
It kind of reminds me of something that's like some sort of thing where they're like trying to replicate something they saw somewhere.
Which is odd, though. Like, every other structure around there, if it's old, it's made out of wood.
They started producing it in, like, the early 90s.
Has to be. Or maybe even the 70s. It looked like a 70s structure. In my mind, I think 70s.
It's not ancient.
No, definitely not ancient. It's not like Native Americans went out there and built that shit.
It was extraterrestrial.
It was
an actual UFO.
It looked like a UFO made out of clay.
Yeah, polygon shaped. If anybody knows what this thing looks like,
it's not a polygon.
Well, it was
Definitely
like was circles.
Polygons way
Circles
different
are
than
not
circles.
polygons.
It was several circles.
Yeah, sure.
But it was interesting to see, man. It makes you makes the mind tick a little bit, you know.
It stopped us in our tracks for sure. We're like, what the fuck is that thing?
We were there for a good 20 minutes trying to figure it out.
You could almost like miss it if it wasn't contrasted with the grass and the trees. It's like it's like Adobe for sure.
Yeah.
Mud, like it should be in Arizona or some shit.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, if you want to check out photos of it, go on Patreon. We're gonna get a bunch of people going on there now.
What the fuck is it?
What is it? It's weird. It's weird.
It's super
That's
weird.
all it is.
That's all
I can say about it.
I mean, if you end up finding out what it is, if you know what it is, fucking let us know. But it's weird shit.
It's a UFO, but it's like a house UFO.
How's
It's like
stationary UFO.
It's a UHO.
USO.
Unidentifiable housing object.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we don't know how deep it goes.
No.
So
we don't. Yeah, there could be a fucking tunnel under it. I mean, like a shaft, or
giant shaft.
Giant shaft in there, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So then what happened?
Then
Continuing on our adventure?
Went to Colville. Correct? Yes, we went to Colville.
It was a long drive.
Walmart in Colville. That's where we went.
In Colville,
that was our fallback location. We always went to Walmart.
Walmart's
there's the only place with service appeared on this whole fucking trip.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that every state every time we went through, like the further east we got, the more lax they were with the whole COVID situation.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That was interesting, yeah.
It wasn't a pain in the ass to try to get places or ask people things or buy things, which is nice. We didn't have to wait in super long lines to enter the fucking store.
Right.
Western Washington.
Anyways, they did have the same markers. And shit,
everybody had the markers, but it was way more
was a
lax.
formality.
People are still using the safe distance stuff, and nobody. I mean, there's still people wearing masks, but it wasn't like stay the fuck away or I'm gonna die thing. Yeah. It was very lax. I liked it. We went up into the hills, right? That first night.
Yep.
First night. Where was it?
That was in Colville.
Oh yeah, that was.
We were gonna camp at some some waterfall. We ended up going up above Black Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So we were up above Black Lake. We found a cool spot. I don't even know if it was a camp spot. Like if we could really camp there, but hell, we fucking camped it.
Yep, sure did.
It was windy. It was a nice fucking night. David saw some satellites for the first time. If you haven't seen satellites at night, you look up in the sky on a clear night and you see these things moving at a decent speed. Just straight across the sky. Those are not shooting stars. Shooting stars are super fast.
Yeah, and no red or blue lights from aviation.
Correct.
Yeah, it's unmistakable what they are.
Duh.
They're aliens.
They're UFOs. It was an Adobe brick house UFO flying through the fucking sky.
It was that fucking house looking at us.
These are the mysteries of the world.
So
the ticks were crazy.
Oh
my
fucking
god,
ticks, man!
First and second night.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I had to dig one out of Mark's shoulder.
That was the last night. Yeah, that was last night. I had to dig one off of Mike's ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Anyways,
get to the ghost
first
town.
night. So
the second
first night was great, man. I bivvied it up. You guys were intense, and it was a good fucking night. Woke up refreshed. Sleeping outside's medicine to me, dude. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
David puked and peed out of his tent. It was kind of weird. Kind of rolled one side to the other to do both.
I did that last night. I'll be honest. Yeah. Yep. Before I went in my tent and went on my knees, opened up all the shit on the backside.
Did you heave?
Well, you weren't going to go out in the rain and
pissed off the cliff that was right there.
Nice.
Right.
That's cool.
It wasn't raining yet. I just did it.
Oh, okay.
Like I pissed about 3 feet away. I arc it up and give it a little taste like lemonade. Fucking push it. Fucking clench my sphincter and try to push it out. Extra pressure.
How far can I get this arc? But then when you have to release that muscle, it just starts dribbling. You're like, fuck. making a mess. That's like when David didn't have pants the rest of the time because he puked on them.
we gotta talk about like the most horrible thing about the whole thing was the fucking giant wood pile we were a part of.
So we decided
to have a big fire.
We had to have a little tiny fire because I was paranoid about setting the forest on fire. There was a wood pile next to us that was like, I don't know, 10 feet tall and 100 feet wide.
Yeah,
so there's
it was
a lot
crazy.
of wood. There's a lot of fucking wood. So
like dry shit.
Shit. Yeah, so we don't want to
Some
cause
would
forest
say
fires.
it was stupid for us to even have
It
a fire.
was stupid for us to have the fire. I'll admit that. But hey, we were
just
warm.
thinking about having
so
a fire
fuck
could
you.
have set it on fire, yeah.
We didn't set anything on fire besides what we had in the fire pit, so that was cool.
But we're setting all your hearts on fire right now.
Yeah, especially with
the video you're watching. Damn it, David. David. He's always talking so much.
Staring down and
we get to the podcast and he's not talking. Why are you so nervous when
because
that's
he's
video?
fucking
nervous.
drunk now.
Yeah.
Right? Are you wasted yet?
Double, go take another one. Get
More?
Yes. Go get me one, too.
You want one?
Yes.
What, do you want a crispy boy this one?
No, fuck that.
I want you to drink one of these, dude.
I'll drink it. I don't care.
All right, I got
Get
you.
it. Are you just saying that because you don't want to get blitzed and start smashing shit in the house?
No, I just want you.
So, first night we camped, we woke up and we decided, all right, we got to get back to Walmart because that's Central Hub. So we get back to Walmart, do our energy drink thing, and then decide we're going to head to... I'll wait until this fucking clanging stops behind me.
It's all ambience in the Airbnb. I'll talk about the energy drinks. This has been a nice break from it. I literally, was on this trip and I've had, 1 or 2 a day.
Yeah.
Right? I think. But I've been crushing them, nonstop. Especially during the coronavirus. I've been drinking heavily. I've been fucking doing energy drinks, 6 a day.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then on top of that, doing some Strikeforce Energy. And if you like that kind of shit too, you can go to StrikeForceEnergy.com and use code EvilVibes and get 20% off and free shipping when you spend over $35. That's the best take of it.
That is. It's clean. It was a clean plug.
It's all that clout, dog. But yeah, so I've been literally this trip when I had. I think it was this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
And I got that first energy drink. I'm like, I just maybe one day will stop drinking this shit. Because it's not killing me. I mean, it's a drug in a sense. But like everything, as I get older, things start to feel shittier when I have them.
Yeah.
I almost, sometimes, some days, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to eat.
You just
and then when I
hate yourself for it.
When I eat, I feel like shit. I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to die. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to die. Be hydrated. Water burns when it goes down.
It's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, no. Maybe I'm supposed to die right now. I don't really know.
But these energy drinks will keep me alive.
I got my favorite one, the fucking rain creamsicle. Right?
Oh yeah, good one, good choice.
It almost sounds like as I'm saying it, semen's rolling off the tongue.
Semensicle.
But it's. Yeah, I had the sip and I was like, fuck, I feel like I should just die right now. I shouldn't be drinking it. I'm putting too many toxins in my body.
And then I gave you another one today.
Yeah, I drank 2 today.
Fuck.
The one I hate the most. And I'm like, it's just like fucking
just like eating a jalapeno.
Anally ingesting a jalapeno pepper. It's fucking horrible.
Oh, but I fucking love it.
Yeah. No, like I've said to you before, it's delicious.
It's an acquired
I
taste.
like it. But it fucking terrifies me as well, and I'm like, I don't even understand why they made this.
Why do I like it?
I like it, but I'll never. If you give me one, I'll drink it all day long. Not all. It'll be warm by that point, but
yeah.
I don't.
You're not gonna sip on one all day long.
I don't
Maybe
like
drink
it, but I
a few.
do. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So after we decided we were going to hit another ghost town, in which case at this point it's turned into a
So we're at
a ghost town podcast trip. So
without even talking about it.
No, we just say, hey,
I never told
look
you
up
guys.
some cool shit.
I'm a super fan of abandoned places, and I've never really been to a cool one. The only one that I've been to is the Fairview Training Center in Salem, Oregon, and I was so fucking scared to go in there because it's a legit
like an
insane asylum where they were doing all the ice pick lobotomies and burning people and doing tests and all
Wait,
that
where's
shit.
this at?
It's not. It
It's
doesn't
not
exist
there
anymore. They
It's gone.
bulldozed it because it was like
Jeez.
all the movies like
Yeah.
that you see House on Haunted Hill where they show like
Mhm.
people getting tortured. And that's where it came
They
from.
film. Oh no,
No,
the inspiration
that's the
from that
inspiration.
came from.
Just
Gotcha.
like people
Gotcha.
wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Just like Silent Hill is from Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Which is still burning, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coals and shit.
It's-
God, it's fascinating. I my God, I don't. If I could get paid just to cruise the country looking for
fuck
this
yeah.
shit,
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see if people like this podcast, and then it'll be like, "Hey guys, like something new developed. People like this shit."
if you like our content,
there was a whole bunch of fucking likes on the post where I was talking like a little bit of history on that shit. You know,
It's cool, man.
I think if we're gonna transform the podcast into because it's all like all over the place, but if
Mhm.
there's structured episodes, people seem to like the history, the violent history.
Pull onto them, yeah.
And that place we went to, the first
Speaking of fucking violent history, Huh?
this place
Huh?
is like people love that post.
I'm gonna
They're
let
like,
you.
"Holy
I'm gonna
fuck."
let you explain that one. So the second stop that we decided to go
Okay,
to.
so there's a little place called Burke, Washington, and I had no idea about this place. I was like, we were at the Walmart, you know, shout out to Walmart.
fucking love you,
You
Walmart.
know, they're rolling back prices,
keeping
daily,
people alive.
You know,
one day
whatever
at a time.
happened to their fucking mascot, the little yellow
little yellow
smiley
thing
face?
that bounces around. And
Yeah,
goes,
he's
"Oh,
fucking.
man."
We're rolling back prices, and it's like, man, that was turning people off. They didn't like that yellow guy,
No.
you know, because they know that they're making products in China, and that's representative of all
And
those
he's-
yellow
he's the
people.
little
over there.
yellow-
Oh, there you go.
Fucking racist, man.
Yeah, it's terrible. Free speech, man. It's so racist.
Continue.
I mean, the statement actually was pretty bad. No, so yeah, so we were
Burke.
like trying to find. I don't know how. Why did we start? Even
well,
looking
we
at
all three were looking at. Well, two of us were looking up places to go, cool shit to see, abandoned places, and then you happened upon the Burke, whatever. What was the mine called?
Oh, the Star Mine, something like that.
Yeah.
Helka's Star Mine.
Yeah. So we drove up. We passed through this town. Ironically, I stopped at this town one time. Kristen and I stopped on our way back from South Dakota.
But that's before you get into the
yeah,
valley,
yeah.
right?
Before you get
Yeah.
into the valley. So this little town, I recognized it when we drove through. Anyways, we drove up through the canyon. We're like looking at these dumpy fucking houses, man. Like I don't know how people live there. Like legit shacks in the fucking canyon, and garbage just piled outside. Broke ass vehicles. Just
And this
think
isn't this isn't
trailer
on
trash with like a quarter of a trailer.
This isn't the edge of town either. This is like they live out there,
They fucking live out there, and, it's
and they don't
nuts,
want
man.
to see people.
They don't
Mhm.
want people coming in either. So that's, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shady looking place. Only gets like how many hours of sunlight in the wintertime?
3.
3 hours
Three
a day
at the
of
most, yeah,
sunlight
total
because it's in a
sunlight.
fucking canyon. So we get to the mine section of this, or the processing section of this canyon, and there's these huge fucking mining buildings. And the history is so cool about it. What Mike looked up and was explaining to us. I'm gonna let you take that.
Yeah, so essentially, there were these two distinct mining factions. One was, I think it was when, because I want to do a fucking full of like research on this
Yeah.
shit. So I know. So if
You
I'm
can do a
saying,
whole fucking podcast
yeah,
episode on it.
if I'm misspeaking on any of it, just that we're gonna research it more. But essentially, there were two mining companies out in this specific area. One was based out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and one was based in Burke when they discovered silver, because it was a silver. The whole area is silver mining territory, and I don't remember who, but one of the factions was getting paid a certain amount, and the other one, their company lowered their prices to match, like their hourly wage to match, which probably was like, you think a minimum wage when I was like a teenager was $5.
Yeah,
Like
it's probably
imagine
like
that
30
shit.
cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is back
I
in
got
the
me a
1800s.
nickel. I'm
Just-
gonna buy me a hotel.
just think it's back in the 1800s.
Yeah, like right at the turn of the century, in the 1900s coming up. And so the company that paid their employees more were like, fuck, they get paid less and they're having more success. We're going to pay you lower because we need to save money and your guys aren't producing.
Yeah.
And so that company decided to take it upon themselves to say, fuck all this stuff, form a union. And then over, I think it was 7 years, they fucking went into the valley that culminated in 1899. where they came in on a train that was running right through the town. And it was, as they went from stop to stop, more miners were piling in on top of the train cars. Like,
up to, I think at one point, the most 1,000 people.
1,000 people.
Fucking train coming
and like,
into town.
All these people were like, fuck yeah, I'll get on the train. And they aren't even involved in
Where
this plan.
Where are we going?
So then by the end of it, there's 1,000 people on the top of this fucking train or inside. I'm not specific on that, but they're in this train rolling into town. 200 of them are a part of this fucking militia to go in.
They're getting weapons.
And fuck up this opposing mining faction, which is so crazy because
fucking
you couldn't imagine
wars.
this shit today. It's like straight up like fucking
Gangs in New York,
gangster type shit, and then
Gangs
like,
in New York,
I've never heard of this shit before.
Yeah.
So they roll in with 200, but it ends up being 1,000. It's like, think of the movie Hot Rod, where they're all like, "Oh my god, it started out super peaceful and positive, but then it turned violent." It's like that. So 1,000 people were in there. They start handing out, the organizers of this whole fucking raid handed out weapons to 200 people.
Rifles and dynamite.
About 3,000 pounds of dynamite. And they fucking was like, where did it? I don't even know what that looks like, 3,000 pounds. But they end up having it. And what ends in 1899 is this full-on
gun battle,
mining. It's called the Idaho Mining War. And there was a straight shootout with a dynamite explosion that if you see the site, they left it intact to how it is. There's fucking wood. The building and the mountainside is totally fucking collapsed.
Shattered.
And you see the base, like the foundation of the building and the structure and the fucking train. Remember when we came in, we saw that train track twisted and we're like, holy fuck. Because you can't really tell it's a place until you read the sign that's there and be like, this.
Like, oh, fuck.
And you look at it, you're like, yeah, this place was blown up with fucking
like
dynamite. It looks
pounds of fucking dynamite
totally different than everything else.
That whole hillside was like collapse and crumble. Yeah. Man. That was fucking nuts.
It's dope as shit.
I'm sure it looked just like the other one at one point, you know?
Yeah.
So, driving up through this canyon, you see all this fucking debris, and you're like, what the fuck? Maybe a washout or something? But no, that shit blew up because the Pinkerton people, like, infiltrated the Union.
Yeah, dude. That's
and fucking just blew that bitch up, man. Fucking, they were planning, they planted a bomb. Basically.
I think if we were to do an episode, it would be like you could do a 3-part series on this shit and like how the whole thing fucking happened.
Yeah, piece by piece.
How the Pinkertons, who are the Pinkertons? Because I've talked to plenty of people about the Pinkertons and people are like, who? It's like,
never heard of it.
This organization that's still labeled as a fucking terrorist group. And it's like they still exist. Like
even to today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here, put the microphone over here. Let's put this over here, right there. But yeah, it's like I'll do some research. We'll do episodes on it because I think it's super interesting. Like
it is fucking cool.
All of it, like, and I never knew this was a fucking thing. Maybe there's no media about it. I have to still research. Like,
what's wild to me is that these two factions were going at it, and then the U.S. government found out, and they sent the fucking National Guard, whoever in.
I don't think there was National Guard in it, but I think it was just the U.S. Army, the divisions or whatever.
Yeah. So what was it, like African Americans, mostly African Americans, right? They sent them in to kind of regulate.
There's some theory about the fact they used an African American division to, divide and general population against the government. And I mean, Pinkertons are involved. It's very historical, and like we went just by chance we found this on Google, and like it's like
we just went for it.
Let's drive 150 miles to this fucking place.
All right.
And as we get the funny thing is, like, as we get there, I'm like, oh fuck, there's a fence all around it. It looks totally awesome. Like,
we didn't go inside, guys, but it's fucking epic to see. That's for sure. But then we saw what we could see up there, and then we went back to this little town that's on the edge. I think it's called Wallace, the town of Wallace, right outside the canyon there, and found this cool little fucking like antique or artifact store, super organized. Usually you walk into those and you see like everything's kind of disorganized, not very clean, just shit hanging everywhere. You're like, oh, how much is this? And they tell you. This place had everything listed. It was fucking cool, man.
I go into antique stores
like a museum
with the big warehouse we had. And we were like, let's deck the bar out with a bunch of weird shit. So we took the day off. We went to antique stores all over the place. We're like, what the fuck? There's like fucked up shit in this place. Hubcaps, like not rusted. And then the shit that's cool, you're like, how much for that? And they're like, $3,000. Like, fuck that.
Way over fucking priced,
Fuck that.
Yeah, this one was cool. They had like
disorganized, like you were saying,
heads,
lions and zebras. And
yeah,
shit.
a lot of taxidermy, which was really cool. But they had, swords
they had a
and
mermaid.
guns.
They had a mermaid in there. A real legitimate.
No
mermaid.
way was it paper mache.
No way. It was what it was a bound Asian woman.
I mean,
from 100 years ago, and they
had articulated skeleton in there, right?
That was the first when we walked in. That was the first thing I was like, Mark, we did the bone trade episode.
Yes,
and like that's when I told you about how like we were talking about how the bone trade is legal and you can own a skeleton.
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
Here's the thing.
My mind is blown.
The rule is you just can't make the skeleton.
Yeah.
You can't make
create
the skeleton.
through creative means.
Yeah,
like you can't
create.
You can't extract it yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
But if somebody else does it, you're just like, can I buy that?
What
skeleton?
if you have a family member that just expires?
That's a good fucking question. I don't know.
Well, then you.
This is my great grandpappy.
You call the police. You tell them, hey, my great pappy. This is weird.
My Meemaw.
My great Meemaw.
My great Meemaw has died of the COVID when she choked on a hot dog. And a hot pocket at the same time.
That's terrible.
Like that. No,
a hot dog hot pocket.
Hot dog hot pocket. And they don't know if she had the COVID,
she
but they listed her.
She's way too old for that.
No,
she
don't
ate
let
it
your
without
Meemaw
biting.
eat a
Her
hot dog.
dentures were in the fucking dresser.
So yeah, this shop was epic. It was awesome.
It was fucking cool, man. They
Gun stores
they
everywhere.
had a little bat inside a little coffin.
Fuck.
It was like half skin, half bone.
Mike was
It was like
debating
cut
on
in
buying
half,
it.
Like,
you
Mike, you need to buy this. And he's just like, oh, I need to buy this. And he didn't buy it.
Well, so I didn't feel like it was
$75.
I didn't. Yeah, he was like $75, and I'm like, man, he's got a little coffin. I don't want that thing. Maybe it stinks when it comes out of it. I'm like, I'm gonna put it in the fucking podcast studio. If I have
then
my
your
son,
dog's gonna eat it.
Yeah, my dog's gonna fucking look
Come
at
back
it
and
and
it's
be like,
gone.
"What the fuck?"
Chew on it.
Or maybe the worst case scenario, they're actually fucking. I'll get my blood sucked by the fucking thing, half bone, half.
It's bad
It's
juju.
gonna wake up and come out. Oh man, they had vampire staking kits. And, oh man, it was cool. They had a bunch of cool shit in there.
I was curious on how he gets that stuff. That's fascinating. A little podunk town in the middle of
internet?
nowhere. Well, yeah, I mean, but
The internet.
You
The
know.
dude had a fucking farmer's tan. Like,
Oh no, he
was
had a farmer's
sunburned
burn.
as shit.
Mhm.
He was fucking beat red. Just
Mhm.
oh, poor guy. He was super
yeah, that
cool.
was the
He's-
story. That was
he's a
when
nice
I
dude.
started telling the story. Be like, I don't think I said anything about his sunburn, but I was like, yeah, his mom was like, you need to go on vacation. He's like, how the fuck do I make all money out of this fucking antique shop?
that nobody can come to.
Yeah.
And mind you, the COVID thing's happening and businesses are supposed to be closed, but he was open.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, hey, welcome.
oh, that's
you
true.
want to buy
yeah.
some creepy shit that's going to give you a different disease? That's not
Yeah,
off the
antique
table.
shops are not essential. I
Oh,
mean,
this one was.
yeah.
Super
It's essentially fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest
Say
it.
that much.
If you're ever rolling through Idaho and you come upon a town called Wallace, stop at that little antique shop and say
Yeah.
that 3 dudes were in there looking at a bat, and he'll be like, I don't remember them at all.
Yeah. He'd be like, oh, those guys. And if he does, he'll be like, oh, those guys that wasted my fucking
Didn't
time.
fucking buy anything.
I even gave him the binder with the prices. And
Yeah.
they're like, no.
You can walk around, things are listed with numbers, and he's
We
got
were
a
just
price
nosy.
list.
What's a lion
All the
cost?
stuff,
$6,000?
Oh, that's a little bit above my budget. What's your budget? $2.
Yeah, the lion was $5,000. The giraffe was $5,500. There was
Oh,
a
was it?
bison that was $3,600, and there was another bison head that was like $2,700. There's a, I mean,
Yeah.
it's decent.
It might be less to go get one
It's good
yourself.
taxidermy, though. You know.
You can.
Joe
You
Exotic
can.
sells them for $2.
Yeah,
but to-
$2,000 will get you a
taxidermy-
kitten.
The taxidermy is what costs the most.
Yeah.
You can buy a live one, yeah, but then you got to kill it and skin it.
You got to make it yourself.
The
But-
taxidermy stuff. That's an art, man. You can't do that yourself.
That's crazy.
If you can, more power to you.
How do you taxidermy? Like, how do you actually
You
do
That's a
that?
preserve
whole
a body.
fucking
It's
thing.
just like mummification, but
Yeah.
you don't put a wrap on it. You put the skin back on it.
I think it's a lot of.
you just
you make a mold.
You skin
Yeah,
it
it's
precisely.
Not, like, it's not the insides. The
So
insides.
the helmet,
Yeah.
why did I fucking say
the mold, right? Or
Excuse me. The skeleton
Right.
they take out, all
Right.
right, and then they put a mold,
Mhm.
and then you put the skin back over the mold.
Mhm.
So it's like a
Like with
stuffed
the
animal,
flesh and
basically.
the meat and the fat and everything.
That's
they
all
just-
gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just the skin
They
over
cut all
mold.
that out. They flay
Absolutely,
it,
yeah.
skin it, gut it, clean it off, get that pelt. That pelt's what they're working with. I got you.
Yes,
I got you.
but they have to do it very carefully
Yeah.
because if you cut that skin wrong,
Mhm.
you can't
You
taxidermy
ruin the whole
it.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not a taxidermist. If you want to know how this shit works,
I mean, it
Google that
makes
shit,
sense.
all right?
I would assume
YouTube
that's
that
what
shit.
you do.
They'll
yeah.
show you, I'm sure.
Yeah, so the question is like, how do you get a hold of like an elephant, like a giraffe,
You go
a
to-
rhino, and you
to
have
Africa and
hippos
you
and
fucking
shit,
shoot 'em
and- yeah.
With a big elephant gun. For those of you who are against that kind of shit, fuck off, because it happens. I didn't kill it. I'm not going to kill an elephant ever in my life.
The hunting industry abroad is its own topic, but it does preserve animals and it does support local economies.
There's game farms just for that, specifically.
It's actually the whole premise of...
the
whole premise, but the Tiger King documentary, that was a portion of it, is like, they may be assholes. Like...
Oh, they're meth heads for sure, but yeah, sure.
But it's like, yeah, people will forget. They'll just look at these things in picture books.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, that was a thing.
Anamorphic personalities.
But they're endangered species.
Right, yeah.
Are you talking about something else?
No, I'm
looking at his watch.
No, I'm agreeing with
about
you.
Animorphs.
Yeah. Right, you're saying that people tend, because our society, we tend to, we associate human qualities to animals. It takes away the realism of what it is, and
all right, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Tusk. If that's your real name.
Anamorphic qualities. I like it.
Yeah.
So if that's your real name.
So we went to Wallace. Finished up there, not buying anything. Went into a grocery store. That was kind of weird. There was a lot of weird shit in there. Just people. We were people watching. There's that dude with like all the tattoos. And anyways, you didn't see him, so it doesn't matter. We left Wallace and we went to
There's a cute chick.
This scenic route in Idaho, next to a river, and we're looking for a place to camp. Man, we ended up finding a road.
You don't want to talk about the chick with the brown teeth that were fucking.
Oh, we stopped to get burgers.
Damn.
We stopped to get burgers in this little town, another little town.
It looked like her teeth were made out of burger. Like
she did not have a good smile. She had a very terrible smile. Man.
And her eyebrows were running away like the coronavirus.
There's not many people I see on a day-to-day basis that I'm like, holy fuck.
It's hard to maintain. You can't keep eye contact because you keep looking at her mouth.
If somebody has a disability, I don't think about it. Like, I don't go, holy shit. Like,
she didn't have a disability. She had poor dental care.
She had a disability to brush her fucking teeth.
If there was somebody that's like not attractive, I don't think about it. Like, but this person did this shit to themselves.
Yeah,
they painted all of this shit on their face. They look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show.
Oh.
And her teeth look like fucking clay teeth.
Fucking Play-Doh
like
teeth.
Unfucking painted.
Mike, I will have you know that was the great granddaughter of a miner.
No, she's the
you should feel terrible about this.
We talked about this. she was the head bitch of she's the princess of the mining crew, like the head, like the foreman or whatever the fuck they say for like construction crews, like the lead miner, like the Derek Zoolander's kid of the fucking mining crew. And she goes out on Friday night and she's like, which one of y'all's gonna take me home? And they're like, me. And it's this big fat fuck named Billy Joe and he's got his fucking little sweatshirt on with the fucking fluorescent stripe across.
All he has is some of his bottom teeth. No, that's all.
He's got his summer teeth on.
His summer teeth.
So yeah, we saw that weird chick. Got some shitty milkshakes, which I didn't finish because it was watered down.
I still don't understand the milkshake thing.
I
didn't get one. I'm not a milkshake fan.
I'm glad you didn't get one.
The only time I drink a milkshake was when I'm super hungover and I go to McDonald's or something.
Gotcha. Norma's used to have really good milkshakes, but they're gone now. Anyways, we leave there. We head up into the hills for camp. Get more ticks on us. That was fucking shitty. Anyways, we when we parked, we found
that campsite was dope.
We found it was like a kill site for something, either predator or a hunter, because there was fur and fucking skeletons everywhere.
Skulls,
and we're like, is this a good spot to camp? And then we set up camp. So we found
with
some
the skull effigies around.
Yeah, there was an. I'm pretty sure it was an elk body. It's part of one.
The predator that killed it.
And the predator that killed it. Down about 15, 20 feet from it was some kind of predator skull. It had huge canines and some fucking big teeth. Could have been a dog. I don't know. Maybe a hunter got pissed off at it and just off
You guys
his
took
dog.
pictures of it?
Yeah, I got some good pictures of it.
Put that on Patreon or wherever the fuck, somewhere.
Both skulls, we got some good pictures. Yeah, real good ones. I got to transfer them over my phone, see how they come out. Took some good shots, man. There was beautiful scenery from up there, and we built a bigger fire. I had a nicer fire pit. Cooked some steaks on some cast iron over the fire. Didn't work too well. It was my first time using cast iron over a fire, but I think I learned some tricks.
Still, it was good.
As we were doing it. We still ate it, you know. What else did we do? We, we had camp set up, and we...
Stop.
Yeah, stop fidgeting,
David.
you fuck.
Hold on. Okay, go.
Sorry.
Stop.
So,
We're
I had
recording right now.
I had my bivvy set up. If you don't know what a bivvy is, it's like a tent for your sleeping bag. It's very small, right? You just kind of
It's a coffin.
cozy up into it. It's a coffin.
It's an outdoor coffin.
So my bivvy was waterproof at one point in time, but I've had it for 10 years, so I'm sure I fucked it up over time. It rained last night, and I got fucking soaked. So I woke up at like 1 a.m., water dripping on my face, and I'm like, oh, shit. My stuff's soaked. My sleeping bag's wet. So I inch out of the sleeping bag, wiggle my way out, put my boots
just getting
on.
wetter.
Just getting wetter as I get out. And I pull my sleeping bag out of the bivvy, and I just start walking towards the Jeep, just miserable.
Did you slip up the hill?
No, I did not. No, I was luckily I didn't, and I couldn't see shit because I had my phone in my pocket, so I didn't have a light. And I was like, I hope I'm going the right way. So there's like a drop, this fucking drop and then hill to get up before I get back to the Jeep. They put it there so people couldn't drive out to where we were. And I get to the Jeep, unlock it, throw the wet sleeping bag on the front seat, and then I climb in the back and grab my wool blanket from the back, and I just cozy up and I fucking knock out, man. I went to sleep, woke up probably about 6:30 this morning and felt a little better. It was a little cold. That wool blanket wasn't doing so hot against the seat. I mean, it's colder inside a Jeep anyways, but yeah, man, it's still good night's sleep. I went out and repacked up my shit. I'll probably get a new bivvy after this. Yeah, the other guys had a good time though.
Oh yeah.
I did not.
No?
Not as bad as you, but I fucking hate that little sleeping bag I have.
Yeah.
Why?
The pad or the bag?
Well, no, the sleeping bag's fine.
Yeah.
It's I just fucking wake up like a question mark, and I'm just like,
You're not on it anymore.
my spine's like, in
What
my
the
fucking
fuck happened
hips.
last
Yeah,
night?
yeah, like my shoulders and my
I
fucking
have
chin.
Which sleep pad? Oh, yours is kind of like mine, huh?
I could live
I have a
outdoors.
Nemo.
I have to let
sleeping
you. I'll have to let you see
It's a sleeping pad.
that other
It
one that I
fucks
have.
me up.
My old sleeping pad,
Yeah,
fucking nice one. It's a little heavier and bigger,
yeah.
but it's not fucking narrow. You don't have to lay on your back straight on it. It's wide enough.
Like I lay on my sides, which is like
this one
fucking
might do you
horrible.
better, so you can try it out if you want.
It's gonna get a fucking full up air mattress,
Yeah,
like a twin mattress.
Just fucking
Bring a
might
king
do that
size
next time.
It's just fucking
pillow top.
What the fuck's
I
going
might
on?
do that next time. I don't know.
Oh man.
Especially with car camping. Like,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yep. You could.
I'm living the life, guys. Fuck you. And I'm
Fuck
just
you.
like, And the actual blankets.
So this morning we got up and we went to Walmart again. Did some research. Hit up the Mickey D's on the way out.
What?
Which this fucking particular Mickey D's, I asked him for a chicken McMuffin. So the chicken McMuffin, right? And they're like, "Oh, we don't have that. You can get it on a biscuit, but at the same time, you can get a fucking sausage McMuffin with egg." So all you had to do is take the fucking McMuffin
First world
and throw it on the
problems.
chicken. Yes, first world problems. I'm gonna complain about my fucking problems.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
I took the biscuit anyways because I didn't feel like complaining about it, causing a ruckus. But then we went to another place. What was this place called? I fucking forgot already.
What's it called? I told everybody.
This would be-
Elter something.
Give me a minute.
Pull that shit up, David.
I took a
Pull
plethora
that
of
shit
photos.
up, Jamie.
I'm the Jamie.
You're looking at pictures.
Yeah, we're not looking for pictures. We're looking
No,
at
he's got the.
I took
The
a
name of the
photo.
Let's go.
Elberton.
Albert. I was way the fuck off.
So the town of Elberton started originally in 1870. That's all you need to
Cool
know.
fucking
No,
story.
Read what it says on there, man.
So the history of Elberton is typical of many earlier Whitman County settlements. Nestled in the valley and at the confluence of the North Fork of the Palehouse River, the Silver Creek, it provided an attractive location to establish a town. Elberton flourished for a while, and then it went into a irreversible decline. In the 1870s, attracted by a river and abundant timber, Giles D. Wilbur built a water-powered sawmill here that provided lumber for many early area barns and homes. In the next decade, the Oregon Railway and the Navigation Company built a rail line through the valley. The town was plated in 1886 by Sylvester M. Waite and named in honor of his son Elbert. By 1880, hence the name Elberton. By 1888, that's 1888, Elberton had a flour mill and a post office, 2 general stores and a blacksmith and a wagon shop, and 2 grain warehouses and livery stables and a church. And for all you ignorant fucks out there, he was bowling. The 1890 saw continued growth and the planting of fruit trees.
What year?
This is 1890, so 1890.
This is 9 years before the fucking Burke.
Yeah.
Right, we're going way back. We're
dope
going way
if they're all
back here.
tied in.
Somebody leaves the town.
This
and goes
is
to
a
mine.
fucking sitcom.
I lost my job
This
and I had
is
to
a
go
sitcom.
fucking become a miner.
And it's all tied together. And that motherfucker that ran Elberton is like the motherfucker that's on the dynamite
He's
train.
essentially the Donald Trump of Whitman County, y'all.
Okay.
The fruit trees is a major crop, by the way.
In Elberton?
And Elberton, right. That name conveniently named
Did have
after himself.
apple trees right
Right.
next to that
He
church.
basically did what everybody wishes they could do if they settled, just name it after yourself. At the turn of the century, Elberton had a population of over 400 folks. The world's largest,
folks.
guys, check this out. If you ever wondered what the world's
You
largest
don't have to yell, Dave.
prune dryer was at the time, Elberton had that locked down. They were the largest prune dryer in the world.
All of you people that couldn't shit in the early 1900s, that's where you were shitting. You were shitting because of Elberton.
You know, David stepped in shit when we were able to.
Well, hold on.
That's what it must have
You
been.
need
It was all the shit from the
just to
pruning.
provide some context to everybody in Saudi Arabia in the year 1890. If you had a prune in your mouth, high likelihood it came from Elberton. Okay, if you were in China, if you were in India, right. The flour mill and the county's poor farm. I don't know what a poor farm is. The Elberton's picnic commemorating the town's founding was held for 3 days in June every year from 1893 to 1924. So basically post World War I, from 1893 to 1924, they held an annual picnic, which is lovely.
3-day picnic.
It was
That's a fucking bender.
right. There's so much to say about this.
When was Prohibition?
20s.
That's a great question. Prohibition was it was probably after 24, wasn't it? It was between 25 and 35.
Continue with your history of the place.
Okay. It was one of the annual highlights for Whitman County old-timers. Okay. After the turn of the century, having cut all the nearby timber, the sawmill moved to Idaho. Following a devastating fire in 1908 and a serious flooding in 1910, Elberton began to decline, giving in to increased competition from other towns.
It was exactly 1920 for the Prohibition.
1920. Okay, and how long did it go for? Was 20 to what? 20
I
to
didn't pull it up.
25 or 20 to 20?
29 maybe?
So for 9 years, booze was illegal.
Yeah. Long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. Fuck you, government. Anyway, today most of the buildings are gone, but you can still find where homes once stood by the remnants of old foundations, non-native trees, and in spring daffodils that appear in long-forgotten flower beds.
Fucking hill. Yeah.
Pine Forest is slowly reclaiming the old pastures and fruit orchards that once laid. The Whitman County Parks Department now owns much of the former town, preserving the land for future use. So get out of your house, y'all. Get off the fucking Call of Duty and go explore.
So at this fucking town, there's a cool church that's still standing. We got some cool pictures of it. You can't get inside it. It's all boarded up and fucking nailed and everything. There was a hill behind it, or I guess in front of it. Mike and I went up, and it's got like a ropes course. So we go up in there in the hills, and we find there's like a zip line, fucking climbing wall. We're just venturing all the way up the side of this hill, and there's just random shit, man. Platforms and trees, ladders everywhere that lead to nothing. There's a torn down, abandoned looking house thing. It's pretty much flat. Some old cars. We found some old cars from like
the 20s and 30s. Yeah, they're all out there. Yeah, it's beautiful. You guys should go out there.
Decrepit, so they don't run or anything.
Well, they're not in tip-top shape,
No.
given the age, right?
Tire swings out there, just all lined up on cables. Like somebody built it in the 90s. They wanted people to go out there and have some fun. Maybe the 70s. I don't know. It's fucking old. But somebody built them, and it was interesting to see, man. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Nope. It's just abandoned. So there's just ropes courses out that people don't
I have like a true appreciation for people who like love can appreciate old stuff. Like you're stupid if you just,
if it doesn't interest you.
Right. You show me somebody who's not interested in this shit and I'll show you somebody with a TikTok account, It's yeah. Like
I've got a TikTok account.
No, but you're an entrepreneur. You're not a tard. No, and I will say this.
I posted an awesome video of a llama dancing. It was like to rap music. Talking about bitches twerking on shit. You tell me that's not fucking worthy?
If you go out to Elberton, you will be greeted by a friendly dog who actually is the designated host. He's a cancer dog.
He is where cancer and the coronavirus, I'm sure, cancer. They cut off a part of his leg, a blubbery part of his leg that is just kind of hanging out.
He has a bulbous infection.
His foot is a ball.
It's horrible.
He's got stuff growing off his face. It's pretty gross. And he looks like he runs and walks like a fucking coyote. And looks like he's got a little bit of mange. So the poor fucking dog lives there. And there's a note on the church that says, "Do not take our dogs. They are your hosts here." Dog can't fucking talk to me. He wants to give me some cancer, but he can't fucking talk to me. Poor dog.
He walks at you.
Walks at you like, hey,
he's going to fuck you up.
We need to talk. We need to talk. Hey, we need to talk. And then you tell him to go home, and he kind of like stops, looks back at his home. He's like, I don't want to fucking go back there. Take me out of here. But the sign says we can't, so we can't do that.
He was a pleasant host, but I just
pleasant
don't want to
host.
touch him.
But honestly, instead of taking him home, he looked like he needed to be put out of his misery. That dog looked fucking miserable.
Fucking horrible.
And I love dogs. I love dogs a lot, but I don't want a dog to suffer. And that dog looked like he was fucking suffering.
Yeah.
Wet, just fucking cancer.
Remember that time he was looking at us and then looked over the field like there was something there? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, he's just staring.
It's over by the well.
He's just staring at this fucking well house. Like there's something standing in front of it or something in it. Like
everyone knows that look when a dog's like, there's something over there.
Yeah. So we're like looking over there. Like, oh fuck, what's he looking at? So we walk over there. Wasn't anything there.
There was nothing there.
Maybe it was a ghost. I don't know. These are the types of places that you think there'd be ghosts and shit at. If there was any. If there are any.
Yeah. The cars were I can't get over the cars were
a tree growing through it.
No, this is what happens to a car when it sits for 75 years. It just sits there, and if you can't see it, but if you were to go under the
it's way more than 75 years.
Well, I would assume this car is from 1920 roughly, or maybe the 30s. But if you lift up the paneling, you'll see almost 3 feet of just space, empty space, like a cavern in there, where it's just like, where the fuck did everything else go?
The one we found up on the hill was like half buried.
Yeah,
that's just all the debris that has fallen over.
Did you get any pictures of it at all?
Yes.
Oh, sweet! I want to see that.
I'll show you.
Okay.
It's on my camera though. So.
But it's what it does show though.
It's not on my camera. I was trying to take video, and I was
considering the town went defunct in 1920. These vehicles are from the 20s, which
earlier, yeah.
Well, it shows that there was some prosperity there that existed, because if you most Americans didn't own fucking cars until the 50s. Yeah. Like there was money flowing through there, and there was wealth to some extent, and it just there it is, there it dies, and there it is, and
that car stopped there for its last time and never fucking moved, man.
Yeah, it's
and what happened to the person? Why they didn't take their car with them? Maybe they fucking killed themselves.
It was probably seen as like a luxury item. It was not seen as it's like when the town went under, it's like, fuck, our jobs are gone, our fucking livelihood's gone. Like, let's throw this toy away. Who cares about the toy?
No, I would think that they would take that and leave.
Yeah.
If you're leaving a car behind, it's because it's either broken or
can't maintain it right.
There's nobody that can drive it.
Sure.
So say old Billy Bob worked down at the mill, the flour mill, and they were producing something, and he fucking lost his job, ended up hanging himself in the tree, in one of the orchard trees in his yard. That car ain't moving. Yeah. Nobody's going to take it. Because back then, they had, that's honor system, right?
Right.
Nobody's going to take your shit.
No.
Well, it's Billy Bob's house. It's just going to fall apart.
And it's funny, in Whitman County, you see that. You pass by farms and ranches and homes, and there is the first fucking car that somebody bought from the 30s or the 20s there, and they just...
Still there in the yard.
It is a piece of fucking history that they want to keep. See, listen, you fucksticks. That's called chrome right there. That chrome has survived for almost 75 years.
It was chrome on the one we saw, too.
Right. That tells you... I don't know. It does. It tells you that
that's some quality chrome.
Right. Well, you can also see in this picture here where they probably tried to restore it somewhere in the last 50 years. They sanded it down and buffered it and shit. They were probably going to try doing something with it, but yeah. Anyway, get out of your fucking houses. Turn off the social media. Go out there and look at these towns and pay respects to your forefathers. Because without these motherfuckers, you probably wouldn't have a job. Think about it.
It's true.
Right.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah. So, yeah, there you go.
So yeah, we saw that this morning. We got soaked, man. It wasn't raining out there, but everything was wet. So we hit up Zip Burger or something.
Did you go in there? Or is that...
I put it up to the window and I turned on high def, so it looks like I was in there. Yeah, I wanted to look at what was. It was looks like Whitman County had like some kind of a little. I don't know, planning. There was some. There's a white dry erasable board in there that says.
Yeah, we saw that.
That was through the glass. Yeah, I put the phone up to the window. Yeah,
we saw that whiteboard with some weird shit on it.
There's a beach ball with still air in it, dude.
that was pretty recent. Yeah, that's why I know that probably in the last maybe less than 5 years.
It says, does that say 2007?
It's a calendar from 2007. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not.
Somebody goes in there and collects shit. And just puts it in there.
I think it was probably Whitman County Parks and Recreation meeting room or meeting hall or something.
2007 would be.
Yeah. Whitman County
it would look like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get. I can't even. I don't know. I'm not going to go on my Jag, but.
Yeah, we left there this morning. That's cool. Ended up in Spokane here at this nice bed and breakfast, according to David.
Yeah.
B&B.
Here.
Yep.
Oh
no! Yeah. I knew that we were going to do the podcast trip, but I was like, we're not going to do it outside.
No, we couldn't. Like, got to have good audio. Man.
No,
I'm horrible at it. Like we did good this trip, but horrible at it. So we needed a place.
We're going to need a cameraman next time.
Yeah. The next one we do, so you might see podcast road trip in 2020-2 or some shit, because we could do this again. We could do this fucking multiple times a year.
Yeah.
And just go to different places.
Yeah.
Go to the actual route this time.
Route, yeah.
Go down to Oregon.
Hit some more ghosts. We could hit a lot of ghost towns.
Because we saw
pure ghost town trips.
I mean, as we go back home on this trip, we can stop at what's that place tomorrow?
We're gonna hit one tomorrow called Govan.
That'll
be cool.
And then there's others on the way.
I heard that one, but
there's others on the way.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna be fun, man. It's good shit. I love history. I'm a fucking history nerd. When we heard about the mine stuff, that just blew my mind.
Get it?
It was a cool fucking story, man. And that's history that I'm not gonna forget, and that's history we're gonna pass on.
As we're going there too.
It's
like, what? This fucking happened?
Wyatt Earp. Wyatt fucking Earp was involved in this shit. If you don't know who Wyatt Earp is, you're not an American, by the way.
And the thing that doesn't get talked about too either is a lot of fucking bloodshed in the turn of the century. Yeah. Getting companies formated.
1800s is fucking Indian
labor
wars.
unions.
Puts today
murder
in perspective because that shit is not happening. It's not going to happen.
No.
It's just like
nowadays.
It's like
fucking bunch of
hashtag
I mean, like
hashtag I'm a giant pussy.
Hashtag
use
awareness campaign.
Pussy at Aries Clothing.
These guys are getting blown up with dynamite and C4.
Yeah, right. Shit is crazy. C4 I don't think existed at the time, but
Simtex.
No, that's from Call of Duty. You don't throw grenades and they're sticky. Like that's not thermite grenades. That's the thing.
Thermite.
It looks like an actual bumblebee.
We're gonna get the ATF coming here.
No. Well, I can explain all that, but like, I don't know where I was going with it.
Sorry,
Wyatt Earp.
So I'm sorry. I'm a shitty inhuman. What was Wyatt Earp's involvement in there? Like what? Wyatt Earp was in what? Nevada, Utah.
He was in the county.
Arizona.
He was in the next town over.
Okay. And this is pre Tombstone,
he was a lawman. He's pre-Tombstone.
Pre-Tombstone.
He was a lawman.
He was a part of it. That's why we're going to do.
The county.
That's why we're going to research this and actually do like a podcast series.
Sure.
A podcast on it because there's so much history involved with it. I've never fucking.
So
heard about
was his name was mentioned though? There wasn't anything else.
The thing about it is like. There's events in American history you hear about because they teach you it in school, but unless you're going out and going, what happened in fucking Idaho?
Yeah.
Like, you don't fucking
in the middle of fucking nowhere in Idaho.
As
what
far as I
happened
know,
in the town of Wallace.
There's Wallace in the middle of a fucking nondescript area next to a really wealthy area. Like, you're not going out and searching that shit. Like, what happened in every section of the United States during this time? Like, most people, I'm sure people know about it, but most people don't know about it.
Wild.
It's not like a fucking thing, but it's a really... I think it was 7 years of chaos in this one area to where the army had to come in to control it. But you think about like how that reflects on today's society, like what would happen back then if the fucking... I don't think people would freak out about the coronavirus because there's the Spanish flu, there's all these other things.
Yeah, for sure.
And the plague, for crying out loud.
Like, you know.
Well, that was medieval times, but
okay.
That wasn't any...
Well, their great-grandfathers. They had what, like those plague doctors, right?
Yeah, plague doctors.
But you just like
they don't have corona doctors, do they? Just specifically.
We're at the best.
They're nurses.
We're at the best time in fucking history so far as we know, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The easiest, because that's what what technology is. It's how do we make life easier? Yeah. We have a refrigerator that reminds us that it's fucking open.
Yeah,
these people died for innovation. Like they died for,
and they couldn't see where they were going to.
Right.
What's crazy is you have they
didn't have any like
the men who built America or like the history of America. You look up like William Hershey, fucking Kellogg. Those people invented so much shit and built towns and built industries that are still around today, and that was back in the fucking 1800s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these industries built and created America. And you got the silver mining stuff going on. Oh, dude. History.
Yeah, and
there's mining still going on in that area.
Oh, there's still mining, yeah. And what and before you go there and talk about silver, gold, you motherfuckers, that's what built the country. That's what gave the country the dollar backing that it would eventually have. Because of these mining operations, they didn't. The value of the dollar increased because of this industry. You know, I don't know.
Speaking of dollars, let's talk about how cheap fucking gas is. I haven't seen this shit.
Was it 190, 180, 180
$2 out here?
As we got further east from Washington, it was so cheap.
Yeah, back at home, it's like
$1.53 or some shit.
What is it? I don't even remember what it is at home now.
Dude,
been gone for so long.
I haven't gotten gas.
3 whole days.
I haven't gotten gas in fucking probably 2 months, dude.
Oh, I've gotten it because I'm an essential employee. I fucking drive to work. Yeah,
29 miles to the gallon.
Dude,
50 miles to the gallon.
Is it 32?
Yeah, mine's 15 on the freeway.
Yeah.
Dude, I seriously, since this whole fucking thing, I haven't filled up my tank one time.
Yeah.
And
really?
It's crazy.
Wow.
I haven't looked at my gas gauge in so long because I just go drop off packages
at the post office.
And then
that's
go back.
True. You do. You're like, I gotta go to the post office.
I gotta go buy some beers.
I use this whole thing as an excuse to not fucking go out. Like I've been looking at it for fucking ever. I'm like, God, we gotta go fucking do something outside, Jax, and like we'll go do stuff. And I'm like, I fucking hate it out here. Like I'm really white. The sun hurts, even though I need it.
It burns. Yeah.
But like seriously, like. We haven't really done shit, and it hasn't been that fucking horrible for us. It's for Jack's probably.
So far.
He's like, I gotta go outside. No, he's fine with it. Been teaching him in school. Professor Pigeon here, ready to teach it. But
God, I'm scared. Like I'm really afraid. This shit's like fucking.
I'm scared of talking.
What if the kids like don't go back to school in September and shit? You know.
Who cares? We'll be dead soon, and then it doesn't matter.
I mean, they just announced contact tracing today. Like this shit's going into another level here. It's crazy.
That's gonna be a whole other level of a podcast too. Because we could talk about that for another 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we got where are we at? We're at Wallace. We
finished up at Wallace. We went to
had a shitty burger.
Elberton.
Belberton.
We had the shitty burger before that, but this afternoon, we ended up in Spokane. We're at the B&B.
We're at the B&B. Yep.
It's not a bed, but it says B&B over there, but it's not because they're not going to serve us breakfast.
No,
that'd be nice. Imagine them.
It'd be kind of weird if they did.
Not a B&B, but it's a loft and no breakfast. Like, you get the fuck out.
It's an L and get the fuck out.
Yeah, L and get the fuck out. And leave it the way you found it, bitch.
Yeah, we got the Airbnb, and I didn't know how easy it was. Like, I thought it was like a fucking challenge. And it's much simple, just like Uber. It's like the Uber of houses.
It's much simple.
So you're basically going into it with 0 credit score. Like you don't have any like you don't have like a rating yet.
So you get an Airbnb, and if you shit in the fucking top side of the tank and they figure it out, you get a fucking 1 star.
Called an upper decker.
I'm just trying to test the fucking waters here and be like, what can I get away with?
What can I hide in here?
Because he'll be like, hey, dude, you shit in the fucking tank. And I'll be like, sorry.
What, you don't?
Everybody shits in the tank from time to time.
Ask for forgiveness later, bro.
Listen, I was drunk.
It's an upper decker.
No, but this is like, I felt like getting a fucking solid, like, high-end place for a fucking podcast would be
This is a high-end fucking
nice.
place.
It's right in the downtown.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Seattle.
It's very nice.
You know, you fucking...
Spokane.
Right in downtown Spokane.
It's kind of like, it's basically...
We definitely walked in a park today. That's not gay at all either, guys.
3 dudes walking in a park holding hands. We're looking at
weren't holding
birds.
hands.
Yes,
We were
but
social
listen
distancing.
to this. We were at a park where if you walked off the path, you die.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
It's very.
There's a raging river in the middle of the city. Yeah, that's pretty...
it terrified me. Like, there's not much that scares me other than that fucking ladder that you want to climb across there.
Yeah.
I would do it too, but only if you did it first. But like, there's a fucking river running through this park, and it's like the craziest rapids
It's a fucking
ever.
torrent of water that could.
What is it? Class?
It's like a class
5?
It's like a class 50.
It's fucking
Class
crazy.
kill your ass
And
if
it
you
doesn't
fell in.
exist, but it's a very raging river.
It's
Hey,
very raging.
Don't jump in this raging rapids, but we're gonna give you like a fucking 2-foot section of wall to stop you.
Oh man, there's even a section of steps that walk into the water.
It's all peaceful over there, and then you
It's a nice little park.
If
man.
you go in there, and you're swimming. You're like, wow, there's a lot of. I'm getting pushed. Like, oh, it's hard to swim back. Why?
Oh shit!
The water's so calm, but it's hard to swim in it. Ah!
And then you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Put the phone down,
I'm
David.
sorry. I'm
He's
just...
surfing the grams.
Yes.
God damn it, you fucking addict.
Just
I'm everything that I rail
We're
against.
almost done. We're
sorry.
at the section where we are right now.
Get out, explore your little the counties that you think are fucking hillbilly that you would never even like. Get out there and look at those places. I'm serious. Just do it. All right. Do yourself
You
a
might
favor.
Find some cool shit.
You will learn. You will truly appreciate hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to make this country that you take for granted. You sack of shit. So
Weird. Aside from being a sack of shit, if you so happen to stop in any small towns and you find a cool fucking antique shop or something, I stopped at a trading post one time in Wyoming. They had some cool shit like a buffalo nutsack coin purse.
that's gross.
I mean, you
You
find some
got
cool
that,
shit
right?
like that.
You
I didn't
did buy
I
it,
sent
yeah.
a picture to you guys.
It's fuzzy
wow.
balls.
Yeah.
It's,
I wish I would have bought it and gave it to somebody.
but why coins? Like nobody uses
Because
coins.
it's a gag gift, all right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Fuck.
They call you fucking nuts a coin.
I've always needed something to put my coins. and now
Anyways, cool
Stop.
trading post. I got some fucking.
Put your phone down.
I got some
David.
fucking. I don't even know how to operate this thing.
Put it on.
I got some fucking steer horns. That's what I brought home from there. But yeah, if you find some cool ones, tag us in so we can see, man. Some small town shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something cool.
We get a lot of people, like, whenever I've talked about doing the podcast road trip, put the fucking thing down. David, stop it. You're fiddling. Cut it
Fidgeting.
out. You
Fucking
don't
fidgeter.
You don't need to fucking know what elevation or what temperature.
You know what we have to do is duct tape the beers to his hands.
Yes. Seriously.
So then you
He
can't
would go
fuck
like
with
this,
anything
he'd
else.
go, This would be his fucking thing. Be like,
He would end up spilling.
podcast.
Trying to scratch his head, it's just pouring all
He'd
over
be
him.
like, fuck you if you don't like macaroni and cheese. You know all the fucking pilgrims made that shit to build America.
Yeah.
Kraft. It's another brand name.
Breathing out of his nose.
Yeah, there's a
I'm never gonna
Nabisco.
invite
Fucking
David Cross on
jackasses.
this fucking podcast ever again.
David Cross. Oh,
Spitting image. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was. I've had a great time so far. It was awesome, and
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
been a good
expect that
time,
we would
dude.
be doing this. Just like you wouldn't expect that I'd be wearing alligator shorts.
what?
You just looked at your donger, dude. Speaking of donger,
they're awesome. Dude.
didn't you have a donger today, or was that? Oh, a dog honor. You had a dog honor.
Oh,
It was a
yeah,
burger
I had,
and a hot
From
dog.
Zip.
Yo, we never been to
Zaps.
Zips. It's like a place that came out of the fucking 80s. It was like, yep, we're here. And they're like, wait, I was here last week.
Cute
There
chick
was
in the
a
drive-through,
Friendly's.
Mark.
And it's like, what the fuck's Friendly's? It's like, I don't know. And it's like, we've been here forever. And it's like the Mandela, or the, what's this, Nelson Mandela effect? The Mandela effect? You've never heard of this because the Mandela
No.
effect is working on you. We'll look at it after
Oh,
this podcast.
shit.
So the Mandela effect happened with Zips, and nobody knew it existed. It was like,
But what's the Mandela effect?
always fucking we've always been
We've
here.
always been here, guys.
It's always been here. You're like, no fucking way. I
Yeah.
was here, and there was a fucking KFC last week. Like, and they're like, nope, we've been here since 1920. And it was like, that's not even fucking possible. But what I will say about Zips is that their fucking menu looks like straight shit.
Yeah, you look at that menu, you're like, that looks like some fucking nasty, low budget menu that
The fuck's up with your marketing?
you look at.
I'm
it,
not
you're like,
marketing
"Ugh."
for Zips. They suck. Their marketing is fucking
Right,
gross,
right,
terrible.
dude.
right.
It
Shitty
looks,
looking menu.
it looks like shit took a shit, and that
Well,
shit
I would-
made some fucking menu.
I would argue like shit marketing, quality fucking product.
Oh.
The food was good.
right.
You're like, I gotta check that shit out. That looks like straight shit. That shit looks like it took a shit and made shit.
And
I'm
then
gonna
you
go
eat
to
it,
a
like,
big-
man,
There's
this-
no way it tastes good.
and
You're like,
A big
because of the English
chain
language,
restaurant.
you're eating it. You're like, man, this is the
Dude.
shit.
we were sitting there, and David went to throw out fucking trash in the fucking dumpster, and Mark literally said, I don't know if I want to eat here. This looks like crazy shit.
You said that?
What'd
I'm glad
you
we
say?
did.
You're like, this looks like fucking dog shit. Like,
Just because you rely on the images, you need to like trust the
Well,
product.
You know what? I'll bet you they get a whole lot more customers if they cleaned up their fucking image. All right, Get it a
Maybe.
little more
they
sharp.
could do the same thing. Because we've been talking about it the whole fucking trip. We were like, what
Well,
the
like
fuck's
look,
it?
like In-N-Out Burger. I mean, it's like there's
They
a
have-
there's a
you know
burger.
They
Like-
have an iconic emblem.
right.
They have iconic signage,
Uh
and they're clean. Everyone I've been to has been clean.
all
I
their
don't- you know.
uniforms.
huh. I like how I have my phone
They
taken
have-
away from me.
They have uniforms, dude.
grabbing your watch.
They have fucking uniforms. All right. Zips didn't have any fucking uniforms.
Don't the employees at In-N-Out make like $27 an hour too, or something?
You know
Make
what
a
they did
decent
have?
amount.
It's crazy.
A chick that was high on some opioids.
Yeah. She was talking with her eyes fucking half closed, like, that'll be this much money, and
She
we'll
was
have
on
your food out in
antidepressants.
just a minute. It was fucking weird. I want David wanted her number.
No, Mark was like, she's hot.
No. Fuck no.
Mark, you said she was hot.
75 decibels, please.
Sorry. Here, I'll talk like this. I'll just keep it real like.
No, he said she's high.
I said she's high.
She's high.
I said she's high as fuck right now. She's definitely not hot.
Okay.
Like she was winking and shit, like to signal us.
I don't
like
even
the
know
old
if she was
Vietnam trick
winking.
when you're in a POW camp. Like you're trying to, like, yes, South Korea is great. It's like,
South Korea's great.
Good times.
so here we are. We're in Spokane, Spokane.
Spokane, Compton.
It's like Tacoma with history.
It's true.
There is a lot of shit around here. It's all shit. It looks like shit. But the place we're in right
Well,
now.
there goes your Spokane
looks fucking
demographic.
Everywhere around Spokane looks like shit.
No,
But
it's
inside
It's not
here-
shit.
anybody's- if
It's
anybody's
not
listening
shit.
I
from
said around. I
Spokane-
didn't say in.
If anybody's listening
Spokane's
from Spokane,
a beautiful city.
Mike
They-
just ripped one.
Yeah. they all think the same thing.
Yeah, they're like, man, you should see the outskirts. It looks like shit. But those lofts down the road there,
That one
those
building
some nice fucking lofts.
where we were watching you guys jerk off in the windows because you have no
There's
curtains.
no blinds here, guys. There are no blinds.
Oh, is this they were going to install
when I
it
when I
tomorrow?
go to sleep tonight on that bed in there, somebody's going to be watching me from that building right across that has like 600 windows. So somebody's probably baiting, just watching me sleep.
He's baiting.
I don't know.
All right, let's. We're gonna finish this trip out. Hopefully, we make it back.
We'll make it back.
We're leaving super early, but we appreciate you guys listening for real. Like,
I love you.
I'm gonna say this. I appreciate everybody that listens to this because I analyze everything about what I do.
You analyze,
and I don't understand why anybody likes it, but we still keep doing it.
We do.
Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a coworker.
You gotta fucking tell a family member about core concepts. There's concepts that
hidden
are core
things.
Farts.
Hidden farts.
I don't think that anybody
can't
heard
make
that
a holster.
I think the audio is.
They won't pick it up. It sounded like this.
Because especially when we get the new mics where it like cuts everything out.
Yeah.
This thing's
You're gonna have to like hold the microphone up to your booty hole when you do that.
Like, I'm gonna tell a joke about farts. Oh man, he's a liar.
You have that little hook-on microphone, but it's like just attached to your butthole.
You go check out Core Concepts. They hide things. Like if you have a fucking vampire skeleton bat in a fucking coffin handmade from scratch, they get you the plastic.
They put
that'll
some
cover it up.
Kydex. They put some Kydex together so you can holster that bitch.
And then you're like, what
vampire
the fuck is that?
staking?
And
You get a vampire staking kit.
Yeah.
You can get a holster for that bitch from Core Concepts. I'm sure of it.
And Logan, if you're listening to it, I
In
think
the waistband
that's your next
holster.
fucking thing.
Vampire staking kit holsters.
And it's made in such a way that you're like, how the fuck does that thing fit? It's wider at the end, and like the fucking thing snaps
instead of a
when you push
mag,
it in.
instead of a
Like, that
mag
doesn't make
holster,
any sense.
instead of a mag holster, you can have like garlic holsters or like holy water container holsters that are like the size of this
And the mirror.
Germex.
Yeah. You push the fucking full clove of garlic in there, it's like how does that work?
Clicks together.
You're like, fucking, you gotta dig it out and shit.
Just gets all over your hands, and then
Yeah.
you rub your eyes and you're fucking screaming because it burns.
So go check out Core Concepts and use the most ridiculous code you've ever heard to get 10% off. VioPro.
VioPro.
How do you spell that?
Dumb code, Logan. VioPro.
How do you spell it?
VIO
VIO.
Pro.
And no one knows
PRO.
what letter is fucking capitalized because he didn't tell me. Use
VioPro.
Use code VioPro at checkout for 10% off at Core Concepts.
That's with a K.
Yeah.
Core Concepts. KK.
Core Concepts US.com. And the stupidest code this side of Burke, Idaho. VioPro. I'm not even proud to say it for 10% off. CoreConceptsUS.com. And then you can go use an awesome fucking code, Logan, at Strikeforce Energy, and you use evil fucking vibes.
Don't put the fucking in there because it
just
won't
use
work.
Evil vibes, and you get
He's getting excited.
20% off at Strikeforce Energy, and you get free shipping over $35. What can you lose? Other than your garlic and some fucking stupid
maybe
code
a
you
little
use
bit
at
of
fucking Core Concepts.
A little bit of money. Might lose some money. You're still buying it.
I'm just joking, Logan. I love your code. I love it. But I know you're like 3 episodes behind. And he'd be like, I stopped paying for the advertisements years ago.
Oh,
that's why.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
No, use VioPro at Core Concepts. Switch the
CoreConceptsUS.com.
Yeah. And you can find them on Instagram at core_concepts_official. And it's on Instagram. You find pictures of stuff, plastic stuff, and hidden thing stuff. We should be this drunk at the beginning of the episode,
Yes.
but I would be fucking wasted by the end of it, too. So please follow Core Concepts. Please follow Strikeforce Energy on Instagram.
Evil vibes.
Please follow David Cross on Instagram.
David Cross.
Tag us as many times as you can. In David
Instagram one.
Tag David Cross.
Not that I care about having followers.
He's going to be real upset if he gets a notification on his If he gets a notification on his fucking profile and it's like, hey, somebody liked my picture, and it's like a picture of his kids, and then then an unlike, you're like, where'd that like go? It's like, you fucking creeps.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, you
Dave's
don't be creepy. I'll boot you.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll kick you the fuck
That was
off
a
and
weird
bluff
way
you.
of saying,
Totally.
like, don't be a weirdo.
Work some magic and get David Cross to follow David. That'd be awesome.
We got to do it. If you know David Cross and you're listening, I don't think you do, But if you do,
I don't want David Cross to follow me.
we need to make them friends. That'd
What
be
you need to
fucking
know
rad,
is
dude.
David's Instagram looks just like David Cross.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck is right.
And you can
That's what I
see-
said when I looked
you
at the
can
two
see
pictures.
all the magic
I'm
on
like,
YouTube.
Oh, fuck.
YouTube at Violent Professional. And you
Uh-huh.
see us there just fucking bobbing my fucking head. Bobbing.
Anyways, that's all we got for
I'm
tonight,
getting real
ladies and
drunk,
gentlemen.
dude.
Mike's.
No, we got more stuff to talk about.
Oh, what do we have?
This is when everybody's like, fuck these dudes. Shut this shit up. Okay, Core Concepts, Strikeforce Energy,
He's going through the mental checklist.
AriesClothing.com.
AriesClothing.com.
Yeah, I still don't know what the code is, but just buy
Is
some
there a
stuff.
code?
No.
No code.
There's no code for... there's Violent Pro,
It's a little.
which is also fucking retarded. And stay at home right now while the coronavirus is going on. I gotta find something better and be like, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
What's the code?
I'm a giant pussy.
I'm a giant pussy.
Hashtag I'm a giant pussy.
If you wear a mask. We were talking about this today.
Yeah.
We're driving by this fucking dude. I was like, he looks like a pussy. What do you guys think? You're like, yeah.
Which guy was this?
There's
Just a dude.
any dude.
Any dude wearing a mask
Oh, yeah.
in a public place.
Yeah, get them.
He's at a bus
get
stop
the
by
mask
himself,
off.
and he's got a
Yeah.
mask over. He's looking at his phone. that
He's
he
being
probably
very
fucking touched.
compliant.
He probably went to fucking
Right.
Trader Joe's and got
Yeah.
some fucking organic peanut butter or some shit that the chick fucking, the hippie fucking dirty hippie chick washed her fucking butthole hair with. And like, she fucking inventoried that shit after she coughed on her fucking...
And when she rang up his drink, she
And
grabbed it from the top like
Oh,
this.
I hate it.
She sent Jay Inslee an email. He's compliant.
Hey, if you hate when you get an energy drink and every motherfucker puts their meat paws on the top where your mouth goes, give this episode a fucking thumbs up and a comment and say, yeah, I hate that too. And then you subscribe and bell notifications and then fucking carrier pigeon notifications as well. Because obviously you're not going to hear this episode unless you do all that. So there's that.
Go.
And with that, thank you guys for listening to a little bit of hip history.
Hip history.
And I still can't speak correctly. So.
And get out, you degenerate fucks.
Bye-bye.
Very aggressive. Bye. 3, 2, 1.
If you like this episode, please consider subscribing to us on Patreon by visiting patreon.com/violentprofessional. By subscribing, you have access to all the episodes as soon as we upload, as well as bonus content that you can't see anywhere else. You can also support us by simply giving us a positive rating on your listening platform of choice. And above all, thank you for the continued support of the Violent Professional Podcast.